Welcome back to Sports Extra. The UW-Oshkosh football program has been to the NCAA playoffs in 4 out of the last 6 seasons with 3 conference titles during that time. And once again, the Titans are ranked in the top 5 in virtually every preseason poll. Here to talk about that, head coach Pat Cerroni. I know how much you love polls.
Yeah.
Sort of.
It's all right.
It's good to be recognized, though, nationally. Doesn't matter what magazine you pick up, that's where you've brought this program. It's pretty awesome.
Pretty good.
How are you looking at training camp now? You've got, this is game week. On Saturday, you open up the season. We'll look at the rest of the schedule in a minute, taking on Carthage, but at least you got a full schedule this year.
Full schedule, 7 road games. Doesn't matter. At least these guys get a chance to play 10 games, and that's really what we're looking for.
That's the way it's the way it's been for you. It's tough to get anybody to play.
We just had a team canceled for 2019 that we had scheduled too, so now we're back to 8 games next year.
8 games next year.
We
All right.
Find 2.
As far as your team is concerned, and I want, you don't really rebuild. You've been reloading for quite some time. That said, there's some key components gone, starting with your quarterback, Brett Casper, who was kind of the man from the day you walked in.
4 years, 40-6 is gone, but we'll see what happens. We got 2 guys competing for the position right now, and one of them's got to step up, and hopefully we make that decision and go with it on next Saturday.
Well, you know, sometimes coaches say when you got 2 quarterbacks, it means you don't have one.
You don't have one. No, but
you like both kids, though. They got different skill sets.
Yeah, it was a week ago we had a team leadership event, and the senior class invited both sophomore quarterbacks to the event. So as a coach, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. Well, a place you do have some experience and talent is up front on that offensive line. They're really going to be half the ones that lead the way, literally, right?
Ty Powers out of Hortonville, Wendorf out of Watertown, Austin Summers out of Illinois. Those are some big boys, and they're really talented. If we stay healthy up front, we're going to have a huge running game with Mitch Gerhardt's at running back. J.P. Perenboom is back.
Both local guys?
Out of Kimberly.
Yeah.
Gerhardt's the Hortonville kid. So that's a big part of what we have to do this year is just it's different.
Yeah.
Just a different feel. We got new guys, and it's going to take time. We got to be real patient, but the good thing is our defense is going to be a lot better than it was a year ago.
Well, you got 8 defensive starters returning.
Yep.
That is huge. And you really pride yourself on that. That's where
That's where the bread and butter is, yeah.
That's where your bread is buttered. Took the words right out of my mouth. As far as last season went and moving forward from that, confidence, any sort of a question mark with this group? I mean, are they just ready and raring to go and get out there and play some football and pick up right where they left?
The great thing about our football team is that they understand, you know, all that offense graduated, and this whole process from January until now with the senior class has been to get to be as good as we can be. And we know we got to get better. We may dump some games here early and the rankings won't matter, but October 1st is when we got to be running like a powerful engine.
Yep.
And if we can get to that point, or if we can learn from it and, you know, we lose a game, good. We just got to get better. So we're planning on that. We're planning on building this thing like we always do, and the momentum has to be in October and November.
Well, it isn't just Casper you're replacing, too. You got guys like Dylan Hecker and Sam Mankowski. I mean, these are leaders career-wise for your program.
Serious talent and serious...
You got Don Tottarello coming back, though.
Dom is back.
One of the best return men in the country.
Cody Moon, Laconia, is back. So we got Riley Callis out of Winneconne. We have talent. There's no doubt about it. It's just we have to give those quarterbacks time to grow.
All right, let's take a look at that schedule. You will be road warriors, to say the least. 5 straight to start the season away from Titan Stadium. Season opener Saturday in Kenosha against Carthage College. They've been pretty decent over the years.
Good football team.
And then you head to Michigan. You'll face Davenport U. From there, another long trip to Missouri where you take on Lincoln University, both of those Division II schools.
And Davenport has 35 Division I transfers. I don't know what that means yet, but we'll find out.
You'll find out in a hurry. Well, after that 3-game road trip in non-conference play, the real deal begins. September 29th at UW River Falls. They gave you a run for your money last year.
They're a good football team. Coach has them rolling. Whitewater's going to be extremely talented. They probably should be picked #1. They got 98 lettermen back. So it's a tough road, but we've played a lot of big games, and you know that.
Yeah.
And we've, you know, if we get beat, we get beat. But we're not going to get beat by much. You know, so we got the target on our back. Great. all good stuff.
Yep.
So we're ready to go.
All right, that home opener against Platteville, by the way, on October 13th. So it'll be a long time.
See you in October.
Yeah, we'll see you then. All right, let's talk about it. I know it's the big elephant in the room. Semifinals, undefeated last year. Mount Union, you had them. You had them. This was a whale of a ball game. Went down to literally the final seconds and a kick. Tough end for the Titans. They ended up being the national champs. These guys, how motivated are they going to be this year with that game?
Well, I think you have a defensive group that's really upset at the fact that they blew the 35-point lead, and they're going to try to carry the flag to the finish here, Burke. But again, to be in a game like that, this team is 120-1 on the road, their history.
Unbelievable.
And they almost were 119-2.
Right.
By this much, and it was rough. There's no doubt about it. Worst loss in my career, and I'm sure for everybody in that stadium, it was their worst loss. But who knew we were going to be up 35-10, you know? So it happened. I think we did a good job as a coaching staff to really look at what happened, you know, both offensively in the 2-minute situation and defensively. We honestly have just changed everything. So now we have put ourselves in a position to you know, hopefully not lose games by 3, and to really look at what we're doing offensively and defensively. So we're growing as coaches, but we have a lot of talent right now, and for the next 5 years, I think Oshkosh is going to be okay. I'm not saying we're going to win anything big, but we're going to be okay. It's going to be fun to watch. Well,
and you know, you've been doing this for so long, and you mold these young men into what they become later on. You do learn more by losing than by winning. It's nice winning 74-7 or whatever against some of these teams that you pounded over the years, but for life experience, you definitely learn a little more, don't you?
We've played a lot of big games. St. Thomas, you know, North Central, all these big, Wartburg, Mount Union, Mary Hardin, Baylor. We've played all the big teams, so it ain't like we don't know what's going on.
Well, it should be a fun season down there at Titan Stadium. You'll have to wait a little while before you see them at home, but they'll be on the road. Head coach Pat Cerroni of the UW-Oshkosh football program. Thanks for stopping by.
Appreciate it, bro.
All right.